All right, all right, all right. Hey, what's going on? There's Rachel Lovely. What's going on?
Hey, everybody. It's so nice that at least one of my coworkers is here this week to help me with the show.
Oh, hey, hold on a second there. Somebody just popped in. Look at there.
All right.
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
Somebody got in there. There's an echo. I think it's coming from Rachel's end. Let me mute your mic a second. I'll find out. Yeah, it's coming from your end, I believe, Rachel. There's some kind of a glitch on there. Let me take you back on there again. I think you know what it is because you don't have no earbuds. You gotta have earbuds, you guys.
I ain't got no earbuds.
I know that's why you're
I never used the earbuds before. Is the echo still there? Do I need to go back out?
No, it's normally because you need earbuds on. If you hear, because I can hear the echo, so it's usually because of earbuds. That's rule number one. Always have earbuds.
I've never had it on. Do you guys have a earphone?
Now, when you're by yourself, it really doesn't matter, but once you get a couple of people.
Oh, just earphones just arrived.
Oh, look at there. See, there you go. Rock and roll.
Just came in.
Rock and roll preacher man. What's going on?
There, Dale. Are you happy now?
Yeah, there you go, man. Jesus Christ. What? Guys,
Jesus.
Rebels, man.
Dale.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dale?
Yes. I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
No.
Dale, would you talk, please?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, my God.
He can't hear me. It's starting to look like
What kind of show's going on here? Let me log out and come back in.
Like the Scotty and Eric show or something.
Yeah, I can't find it.
Can you hear me now?
Huh? I can hear you. I hear you fine.
Hello.
I hear you. Yes, I hear you.
I can hear you, Dale.
Go out, come back in.
All right. I can hear him too, but
that's why you got to come in.
I can hear you, Rachel. Early. I can't hear Dale. I'll log in. I'll log out and come back in.
That's why it's good. That's why it's good to show up on the show ahead of time before it's when we're live.
Yeah. Usually
no wonder the show got canceled over there on the other end.
I can hear you, preacher. I can hear Dale, but you can't hear Dale.
Let's see if can you hear me?
I can hear you wonderful.
See, look at that, man. It must be the driver over there.
Is that what it is?
I think that's what it is, man. You come in, pop in. What's going on, Art Ballard? Good to see you out there.
Hey, Art, how are you?
Hey, I'm wondrous.
Awesome. Look at there. So good to see you.
I am wondrous.
So, Art's filling in for Gary because Gary's not here. He's in bed. Hold on, let's bring on Preacher Man. Can you hear us now?
I can hear everybody. Can you hear me?
Yep, we hear you fine.
Right on.
Awesome.
What's up, Art?
Who is that guy?
Don't you play games with me, Art.
When in doubt, jump out.
That's right. That's right. I agree.
No kidding, man. Hey, guys, man, it's good to be back. We kind of left Rachel and threw her in the water. So there you go. Last week,
it's quite
she did a great job.
She did. She did a good job.
Now I can't hear Rachel.
It told me I have to have a laptop, which I didn't have last week. So I was just like, all right, we're going live. Let's make it real.
Well, I was watching last week and I said, man, talk about getting baptized.
Dunk right in the water.
It was sink or swim,
Exactly.
Why? What happened to Art last week? I didn't do anything to him.
No,
wait. You're always trying to do crap to me.
What, Mary?
You are paid.
Mary says I'm printing some words. What am I doing? I ain't doing anything.
What are you printing there, Mark?
You got your TTY on or something?
I don't know what's going on.
So everything you say, it just teletypes it out.
Yeah,
Maybe so.
You know what it is? He came in right at like 7:03.
Yeah, he keeps cutting off, disappearing, and swirling. It's kind
I
of
can't
weird.
hear Rachel at all. This is bullshit.
You know what? He was over there complaining all day about the funerals and stuff, and I'm thinking, man, he's gonna be late for his own funeral.
I'll tell you what. I just got word a little bit ago that another friend of mine that I had one. Dale, you've heard me talk about my friend down in Florida that lives over by Cocoa Beach.
Yeah, I didn't know you had friends, but go ahead. Welcome back, Art.
So, but anyway, the one that's over there by Cocoa Beach, I told you lived by the Cape. He passed away last Thursday, I think it was. He had pancreatic cancer, and he was about 10 years younger than I was. So he passed away, and then a guy that I work with passed away today, and I had two other ones pass away about 2 weeks ago. So
wow,
it's been
a tough month. Been a tough
wow.
month.
Not to mention everything else going on. I mean, yeah.
I can hear everybody but Rachel.
Why can't you hear Rachel?
I can hear everybody but Rachel.
I can't hear him either. He's got all kinds of issues.
What kind of issues going on? You can hear me. You can hear Art, right?
I can hear everybody but Rachel. Yes.
All right. Well, we'll just tell you whatever she says, and if it's good or bad.
Well, somebody
about that preacher guy.
Back out again. Somebody else do it.
You know, Paige. Even if she says anything and it's actually good, we're going to tell you it's bad.
Yeah, no kidding.
I know when she starts talking like the preacher man does, there's no getting any way. There's no way to interrupt her.
Rachel, can you hear? You can hear Myron, though, right?
I can hear you too. You and Art just fine. I can't. Myron's all cutting out, back in and out, so I can't really hear him. I see him smoking, but I can't hear him talking.
All right, I'll try it one more time.
You know,
I can hear you now.
I'll log out one more time.
You can hear me.
I can hear you.
She can hear you now.
Oh, I can't hear her. I can't hear her though.
Oh, you can't hear me. All right, cool.
I'll be right back.
Jump out and come back in.
You know why he's smoking? It's because
it's starting to become a shit show.
This fucking. You know what? You need to start bringing up the parental guidance thing going on right now.
I know.
Yeah, this would be the time.
He is
already starting.
Yeah. He's.
Hey man, what's that banner back there behind you there?
Hey man, that's the banner for the. That's not a banner; it's actually a green screen. But that you know who it is. That's
She Loves Horses.
That's the She Loves Horses logo, man.
Well, hopefully they can get out and be playing here for long. Look like some things are going to get a little bit normal. Hopefully, pretty soon.
Yeah, boy.
Rachel, tomorrow they're starting to open up some things here in Orlando. I know.
Yeah, they are up here too, and it's supposed to start getting a little better. And if it does, then maybe we can make back part of the money that we've lost, because we have lost a bunch on these guys this year. We've lost about 12 short already.
Where Myron, he keeps going in and out.
Yeah, he's like the ghost tonight. He keeps disappearing, reappearing. I can't hear him.
Hey. Donna Bland, how you doing? And says hi, Dale, Art, Rachel, and the preacher. Well, preacher's halfway.
Yeah,
man's half-ass in here.
Surprise guest appearance by the preacher.
Yeah, he'll pop back in here in a minute.
You know, Dale, what's going to happen is we're gonna do this number, and we're gonna, you know how it is when you fade out and go away.
That's cool.
You just never know where you're going to come back in at, though.
Damn, he's learning new tricks.
Right? You've been busy since you've been gone.
Hold on, I see him. Here he is. Let's see. Can you hear everybody?
Since you've been gone. I heard her now. I can hear Rachel just fine now. I don't know what the hell's going on, man.
I can hear you now. Great. Yeah. I can hear you. I can see you. It's great. It's perfect. I'm so glad that all of you decided to join the show this week.
All right.
Finally.
only took 10 minutes to get this thing going, but hey, here we are.
You know, that'd be kind of cool if I could have transported from here down to where Myra was at. Just kind of popped up behind him.
Yeah, that would have been neat.
Hell yeah.
Donna Bland's asking, she just joined, said, where's Gary? Well, Gary's sleeping.
Hey, you're looking at me. You're looking
Right
at
to
me.
his bedroom.
Yeah, he went to bed last week and still hadn't got up. Something about he got some weird hours or something going on. I don't know. So, but hey guys, we got a great guest. The preacher man. He went out on his ministry tour and stuff, and he got a hold of people. And he woke up a great guest tonight, and we're going to have him on here shortly. Jesse Kramer. I started checking out his stuff earlier, Myron, over the weekend. Watched some of the YouTube stuff, and on the 4, I never seen that show before, and I watched I don't know, like 3 shows that he was on. It was pretty good. So looking forward to his interview, man. I got a lot of respect for him, and I really like the guy because I see he's a big Bob Seger fan. So and he's young, man. He's a young dude, but he's going out for what he wants to do, man. So that's cool.
He's got a great story, man, and as far as that show, the 4, I do believe he'll tell us about it. But I think it's like the American Idol and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I think the 4. I mean, I may be wrong about it, but I think they took if they advanced, they went up into they got to sit up in like 4 chairs or something, and somebody had to bounce them out or something to beat them out. I'm not for sure. So
yeah, that's cool. Hey, but we got a video, and what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and show the video. He's going to come on about 7:15, so let's go ahead and show this video. This is Jesse Kramer on the show, the 4. Let's check it out, guys.
Welcome back to the 4, Battle for Stardom. 2 seats are locked, but 2 of our artists can still be called to fight. R&B diva Majesty Pearson and pop sensation James Graham. Let's see if our next challenger has what it takes.
If I look around this room, I just don't think anyone's got it. There's a lack of soul around here, and that's what we need is a mad dog with soul. My name is Jesse Kramer. I'm 21 years old, and I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. Growing up, my parents took me to church. My mom kind of kept it on the down low that there was other music other than just gospel and old hymns and bluegrass, just because they didn't want me to be inspired by rock and roll. But I've always been kind of a rebel. In high school, I was being, a rock star, coming home late, smelling like smoke, and my parents thought I wasn't doing what a God-called man should do. But I think that rock and roll is where God and the devil shake hands. My parents gave me an ultimatum saying it's either church or rock and roll, and I chose rock and roll. I was about 18 when I left home for good. I couch surfed for a little bit, I was playing on the streets and just trying to scrounge for change. I would go a couple days without even eating just because I didn't have money. But anywhere I'm able to play music is home. When I hit a stage, the music just takes me, and it's amazing. I think it'd be really cool to be one of the 4, just because I'm a wild card. I think the world absolutely needs a new rock star. I'm here to bring it and show you exactly that rock and roll is not dead.
Bless up, they call me Father Assad. What do they call you?
They call me Jesse Kramer.
Jesse Kramer. Is this a hobby? Is it full-time?
This is what I do. This is my life. I chose rock and roll.
I like that. The question is, are you ready to rock and roll, though?
I'm ready to rock and roll.
Let's get it.
Was a secret chord that evil play, and it please the Lord. But you don't really care for music, do you? It's like this, the 4th, the 5th, the minor 4, the major lift, the baffled king, composing hallelujah. Baby, I've been here before. I've seen the storm, I've walked this far. I used to live alone before I knew you. Signal flag on the marble arch. Love is not a victory march. It's cold and it's a broken hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Give it up for Jesse Kramer. Megan.
Rock and roll.
Yes.
I was pleasantly surprised when you started. I was like, uh-oh. And then I got chills at that one moment when you just went crazy on us. Are you wearing guy liner?
I'm rocking it. Yeah,
I love it. Look at you. I like that.
Bringing it back.
Yeah.
Diddy.
I think you're a raw talent. There was an artist that infused rock and roll and gospel, and it was Elvis Presley. Yeah. And I felt some of that vibration from you. And it was refreshing. Thank you. Thank you.
DJ Khaled.
Hallelujah. That's it.
That's it. All right. It's time for our panel to vote. They will decide if you earn the opportunity to challenge one of the four for their seat. Panel, please vote now.
Ready to eat?
The verdict is in. Let's see if the panel thinks you deserve to challenge one of the four. Blue, it's one yes. Two yeses, two blues. The third one.
Coming for you, Biggie.
Yes, we have a champion! Jesse has earned the panel's third challenge of the night.
This is me.
How you feeling right now?
Ready to eat?
Whitney and Sharea's chairs are locked. Do you want to challenge Majesty or James Graham? Jesse, the choice is yours.
I choose.
Yeah, all right, and you're gonna have to find out later. What's going on, preacher man? Can you hear it?
Back. Oh, sort of.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I see
I
him.
can hear you.
Dale?
I know what your problem is, dude. You keep changing hats.
That's what it is.
I don't know what's going on. I'll be back.
All right, hey, we're gonna bring on
Can you
Jesse.
guys hear me though? I got something to say real quick before you bring
Yep.
Jesse up. Is Jesse
Yep.
in the green room yet?
Yes, he's in the green room waiting.
Dale?
Yes.
Art?
Yes.
We're
We
here.
can hear
Are you
you.
there?
Can you hear
Yes,
us?
we can hear you.
Well,
Yes.
if everybody can hear me, man, it's just, you know what? Jesse is one of, I don't know how many millions of people that is a solo artist in music, in the music industry and writing their own songs and stuff. And for that kid, as young as he is, to go in front of those, those stars, they're stars on that show. It's really awesome, man. I respect that. It's cool. I'll be back. I'm going to log back out and come back in.
All right.
Yeah, we'll log it in.
Hey, with that being said, let's bring on Jesse Kramer, guys. All right. Hey, there's Jesse. What's going on, brother? Good to see
How
you.
we doing?
We're
Hi,
doing,
Jesse.
Hey,
Hey,
how you doing?
Jesse. How you doing, Jess?
man, we're doing good over here, brother. That's a cool video. I was watching a lot of your videos over the weekend and stuff, man. And how did it feel, man, to be around all those guys? Tell us a little bit about that feeling you had.
Oh man, with that show, it was just kind of all open, you know what I mean? but being in the presence of people that have looked up to be, stars, just like brother was saying, it's a little intimidating, but honestly, just from the years of just playing so much, man, it's a gig, and I just had a little bit extra lights and a good filled crowd, and it sounded good, so I was pretty happy to play a gig like that,
Man, that's pretty good. What year was that?
That was, I believe, 2018.
Oh, cool, man. So, I watched a lot of those videos, man. That's just awesome. So you're actually living in Nashville right now. How's things been going for you in Nashville since all this stuff is going on? I know you're getting your music out there and stuff, and all of a sudden this happens. What are you doing right now?
So, man, I mean, as we all know, just things right now is just a struggle, especially in the music industry. I mean, even in Nashville, all my shops that I love to work out of and just have a good relationship with business-wise, man, they're all closed down. My buddies are out of work, so it's hard to even get strings unless you want to go through the big corporate shops, which nothing against them, but I love, supporting local musicians. And, so it's sad to see some of that, but a lot of guys are doing online stuff, and that's cool. It's just been giving me a cool opportunity to where I just hunkered down, and I've been writing. I'm producing my own album out of my own home studio. So just get a bunch of content down. And right at the start of all of this, I actually had a pretty cool opportunity to go back out in LA and to try something else. So we're going to see how that goes out too.
Jesse, I want to ask you, I mean, I know we just talked a little bit ago about you're from Indiana.
Yes,
and that's cool because most of us, everybody on here from Indiana except for Rachel. But
I'm from Los Angeles.
Right on.
So who was all your influence? I mean, you're a young guy, and I noticed when we talked earlier, man, you said like Bob Seger. And I said, man, I love this dude already because he's a big Bob Seger fan. I was saying, we was talking earlier, I said that was my very first concert in '78. So these guys were your influence because your genre seems like there's a lot of soul, like a rock and soul type in there. Could you kind of walk us through
man.
that?
I grew up, really hardcore, missionary Baptist. So, a lot of church hymns were kind of just were the ones in the music that was available, or bluegrass. But I kind of was able to sneak into my dad's closet of CDs, and stuff like that. So I found rock and roll. But man, my main influences come from, like Aerosmith, Chris Cornell, Prince. I love Prince, James Brown, just like kind of the way the funk, when I found funk and something to groove to and something that just kind of felt right and kind of made you put a little stank on it, you know what I'm saying? It kind of it made me feel a certain way, and it kind of just influenced the way that I went about playing my instrument and singing. And actually, a local cat in Indiana, my best buddy's dad, he would listen to us practice music all the time. We used to play gigs out all the time, and he come in one day and told me that, singing and singing are two different things. And, so he kind of opened up that whole realization, like, hey man, you got to put your heart into it,
And you knew right from then that you're just going, your heart was going out and setting yourself up, and you moved to Nashville.
Yeah. Moved to Nashville right at the end of 18, and then have just been here ever since, sleeping in and out of vans, couches, and I got some shit together, but what I'm saying, and just working it out, and it's good stuff, man.
Rock and roll.
The whole rock and roll lifestyle, man. That's how it got started. Sleeping in vans, sleeping on the floor.
Oh yeah,
exactly, man. So, preacher man, he's the one that got a hold of you.
What's up, dude? How you doing?
What's up, Jesse?
How's it going over at me and brother here met a couple times over at a bar over on 36. It used to be Whiskey Was Now Whiskey Bent.
Yeah, Whiskey Bent, man. It's a killer place, man. And that's where I met you at, man. And Jesse talks, like in the video you just see, man, he's really cool with his interviews, and he talks from his soul and stuff. And when you meet him in person, he's that quiet guy, and keeps it real with everybody, man. And thumbs up, man, to you, Jesse, for getting on the show before, man, because I know you know a lot. There's thousands of musicians out there trying to beat you out of that stuff, and you're rocking, man.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
Were you on another show? Were you on the America's Got Talent also?
Well, and yeah, that's kind of I was getting at to earlier. As I before this stuff happened, I got a call from a former producer from the Four. She was actually working as a vocal coach with me, and so we kind of worked on some stuff like that. But I got a call to come out and try out an audition for AGT, and so I actually got to go out to LA, and they flew me out there, and I actually got to go out and do that. So, and then so I flew out literally. Y'all remember that big ship that kind of like, docked in California, and how everything just kind of went from, craziness to even crazier?
Exactly.
Well, so I had just arrived, and then I was only there for 2 days, so I had just got there and got back home as soon as everything got, shut down. So I made it just in time for that. But now they're changing up how things are rolling, so everything's kind of up in the air and see what's going to happen. But I have, all that's up in the air.
Yeah. So how's the now with it's all this time that you got, how's the writing? Are you writing a lot of songs?
Right now in this current
situation, you got the time now, or are you staying busy to where you can write new songs?
Yeah, man, it's a both kind of a deal of both writing and producing, with both music and I mean, I'm playing hours and hours and hours, and writing and mixing, all day and all night pretty much. Writing, it's been able to really help me kind of focus in on what I'm personally thinking, rather than how we gain inspiration as writers from other things and going out and doing things. It's kind of like a time I've kind of just felt like, if I'm going to be kind of cooped up a little bit, then let me write about my feelings in more of a way of how I can express. Maybe people can relate, a little bit better to that in the same way. So kind of the music's been kind of directed towards that.
Yeah.
I get a question.
Sure.
Hey, Jesse, man, I don't know if anybody asked, I've been in and out on the internet tonight on this show for some reason. I don't know what's going on.
That's an understatement.
So I don't know if they've already asked you this question or not. If they have, I didn't get to hear it out. And like with Willie Nelson, man, did you ever run into Willie Nelson and just sit down and play the acoustic guitar together for a minute or something? You know what I mean? Or Kid Rock or whatever.
Well, shit, man, I've actually been out to New Mexico several times for touring and stuff like that. I actually have opened up and hung out with Slaughter, everybody from Slaughter,
Slaughter.
Skid Row, Steven Adler from Guns N' Roses. I've jammed with Paul Warren. He used to be guitar player for Richard Marx. And Rod Stewart, Ray Charles, Joe Cocker at times. I've played with Cody Jinks a few times. Guys like that. But I've played with a few cats like that. I've written with really cool cats too. Me and a guy we were just talking about, Jim Moose Brown. He was jamming to a song of mine that we wrote together, and he's played several times with Bob Seger and recorded, Kid Rock and up and coming artists like that. I've had a really cool meeting with what's his name?
What's his name?
Gary
guy.
Gary Morris. I was trying to remember what
now.
Gary it is. It's Gary Morris.
Gary Morris. Okay.
He was quite the artist, just to, and quite the person to sit down and talk to.
Cool.
He was quite the character.
What's cool is you're what are you, 21 now?
23.
Wow.
You're 23 now, man. What's cool is, man, it's like, a lot of 23-year-olds ain't listening to anything or even know what you're talking about at 23 years old with the Guns N' Roses stuff and the Slaughter and all that stuff. And that is just cool as hell, man. Put up the parental guidance. Cool as hell. Jesse, you have met and hung out with Slaughter, I mean, that's badass. So, like, my son is 29 years old now, and he's with I've always said, man, you need to wear white boy pants, dude. He wants to play, he wants to let him sag down around his butt crack and stuff, and he's not even a plumber. But, me raising my son and him being at the age he is, he knows who Pink Floyd and Slaughter and all those bands are because I'm his father, and I didn't push it down him. But so he's got that great, he expands and to all kinds of music. He's into the, the rap stuff and stuff, but that's not all he's into because,
Like, wow. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, something cool,
Oh, Jesse, I want to tell you, you touched the hell out of my soul for many reasons. First of all, I was a student at the School of Rock, and I went in there all rock and roll. I am a Guns N' Roses fan. I'm also beyond my years. I listen to my parents listen to all this cool 80s music, and Guns N' Roses was and still is my favorite band to this day. So they inspired me in a lot of musically. So what happened for me is I go in there thinking, oh, they're going to be a cool rock song. I'm telling you, I like Guns N' Roses, I like Aerosmith, Metallica, all these cool bands. And they're like, here's your song, Hallelujah. It was the same song you just performed. I'm like, what? I was like, Hallelujah? They're like, it's in your vocal range. You can do it.
Yeah.
And now I do it and do it well. I'm in a church choir and everything, but I'm a singer for rock music as well. And I work in kind of funny story that the first thing they hand me is Hallelujah. And when you sang it, I'm like, wow. And you rocked it. You sang it like real, like you did the right thing where you balanced it out. It was a good version. So I appreciate that.
Thank you kindly. I appreciate that. Keep at it, man. I love hearing that there's new rock bands being made. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh yeah.
rock and roll right now. I mean, like, music is essential too. Rock and roll is essential, especially at a time like this. Like, we've all got a thought about what's happening and stuff like that. But rock and roll, man, that's always been a statement in itself, no matter where you're coming from. You know what I'm saying? It brings us together.
Absolutely. You said it right when it's God and the devil shake hands, because we're all talking about angels and demons, and that was perfect. That was right. You need to point that.
That was a question. I gotta let you know this.
Hey,
with what's going on in the world right now and stuff, I know everything's been put on hold for all of us. But like with the Silent Talk Radio and myself, I'm trying to get, if anybody wants to come over and jam with me every weekend, we do it. We took this weekend off, but I'll let you know right now. I don't know if the owners from Whiskey Bend has got a hold of you yet or not, but the week that they open up the bars again, we're doing a 3-nighter. It's going to be an all-day, all-night event, 3-night event show outside.
Hell yeah.
And you'll definitely be on the list if you're available.
Coming to thing, back, and we gotta make something happen. I'd love to help out. I'm all about it.
Paige, there's something I was going to ask you. That the night that you was out there and you come on and said that Jesse was out there with you. I'm just
sorry, I can't hear you.
I'm just wondering why you didn't have me come out.
Hello?
Oh, you can't hear us?
Oh, I can't hear. I'm sorry. What's your name up top?
Oh, Art. So he can't hear.
Oh, that guy, the little bald-headed guy. Hey,
the microphone. I can't hear microphone.
Oh, he can't hear you, Art, for some reason. So,
I'm sorry.
Well, I'm just wanting to know why Paige didn't have me come out that night when Jesse was out there.
Okay.
No, it's okay.
It sounds like a personal problem.
Yeah, it does. And if Jesse ever gets his haircut, I want some of that sent my way.
Jesse, you can hear everybody else.
I can hear everyone else. Yes.
Okay. All right. So we'll just have to hold your comments, Art. But
that's okay, Jesse. We'll hook up one of these days when you get up this way.
All right. So I don't know. Where's the preacher man? He keeps jumping in and out.
Again. In and out.
Man, dude.
Oh, there he is.
It's raining in Indiana right now, and just like DirecTV and all the satellite dishes everybody's got strapped on their houses, I'm losing signal all the time for some damn reason. I'm about ready to go outside.
I think
go to
the bathroom.
Go in your bathroom. Yeah.
Go to the bathroom.
My bathroom is like in the third lower level of my house. So
well, that's a good place for
I don't think that's going to work. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's because I'm down in the dungeon. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. So, Jesse, anybody want to get a hold of you, they can go to toomuchsoulfornashville.com.
Yes, sir.
They can get all of your music and everything there also. So, hey, we got a song here. If you don't mind, we can play you. If you want to hang out with us for just a minute, we're going to play the song. It's the one you just sent me. It's called Breakthrough. Can we play that? All right,
please. This is my brand new single, my anthem rock song. I want people to know about.
All right, so let's play this. Is Breakthrough. Can you tell us a little bit about it, or you want to wait?
Absolutely, I can tell you a little bit about it. This is my newest kind of song, just from everything coming from the TV show, and I just kind of what I've experienced just being a musician and going through all this stuff. I finally got my own place, and I got a spot to breathe and some space, and once I was able to have my studio and everything just kind of put together, just things I was just starting to see things in my life starting to a lineup and starting just to happen and starting to see, what I'm working for it, coming to life, and it inspired me to write this song. So this is just kind of like for me just to kind of keep at it and keep breaking through. And like, here I am, and it's rock and roll's turn, and let's break through.
All right, everybody. Jesse Kramer, Breakthrough. Let's check this out.
I have this dream where I finally wake up in a place that feels like forever. It seems all surreal, like I've been here before. It's time I take myself out of the way and leave what's left of the wall. Deja vu, now I'll break through, and I'll break through, and I'll break through, and I'll break through. Skies of limit, your head in the clouds. So just stay where you are, safe and sound. And the chance that I fall, I'm coming down. Oh, this time I'll take myself out of the way. Leave what's left. Deja vu. And I'll break through, and I'll break through, and I'll break through. And I'll break through, and I'll break through, and I'll break through.
Badass song, dude. Great song, man. It's awesome. Hey, look at there. Look like Myron must have went outside trying to get him a better internet connection.
He must have put an antenna up outside or something.
Wow, you're going through a lot of trouble tonight, preacher man.
You switching hats and stuff, man.
Hey, that too. Oh, Jesse, awesome. That was amazing. That was really awesome.
Thank you.
I hope that becomes a hit on the radio. You deserve it. That was, rock and roll lately has been, not what it should be. There's all that corporate stuff that's taken over. They just play the same stuff all the time and not giving like new artists like you a chance. So I hope you make it. I really do.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Man, I definitely love to see him do something with Bob Seger, man.
Hell yeah, that'd be fun, man.
I tell you what, I think your voices could just blend together, man, with Bob Seger, man. That's awesome, man. So how did you come to love Bob Seger, man? That's something I want to know because he's my all-time favorite guy.
Man, I don't know. Bob Seger just kind of like, once you kind of just hear him for the first time, I feel like he's one of those artists you just automatically love. You know what I'm saying? He has that, just that, I don't know, that tone, that sound, and
that soul, man.
yeah, and not to know. I mean, he's a, you know, and he made an honest living as doing, you know, I mean, he was hard at it, but like, I mean, it was music life. You know what I'm saying? That's why I respected his hustle. You know, he's from he's a Michigan cat. You know, but I just like the way I like the way that it's real and it's stories. You know, but it's also rock too. You know,
exactly, man. It's a soulful rock, and I can see the resemblance there to how you do it. You know, because when you say rock and roll, people are wanting to hear. They're thinking something totally different, man. But you're bringing this style of rock and roll. That's my style, man. So you get that flavor of Bob Seger, a little bit of. Who's the one that is it that plays the Sound of Silence? The new guy that sings. What's his name?
Disturbed.
Dreaming from Disturbed.
From Disturbed. You got a little bit of that in there. I can hear a little bit of that going on too, man. So there's such a great blend. See if I can get Myron on there. There's such a great blend of music, man. So I'm enjoying it. Like I say, all weekend I've been checking out your stuff, watching your videos and stuff, and getting acquainted with you. Because hopefully, man, we're going to bring you back on here pretty soon once this stuff gets over and you get out. Are you like I know you're in Nashville, and there's a lot of people go there to become famous and be an artist, but some people go there just because they love to write music. Are you in that where you want to be the guy that's playing, or you want to write more music for others?
Man, honestly, just Nashville was just what made sense at that time, just because it was so close. Because I got kicked out, you know. I mean, and then I was making a way for myself. I figured if I was going to go that far for myself, then I'm going to take it all the way and follow a dream that I've always had. So Nashville right now is just kind of like, it makes sense, and it made sense for now. And you know, I mean, it's just kind of home base just right now, just because, you know, Nashville is kind of the center of almost everything to where I need to be at when it comes to music, almost, you know, until I have to fly out. But just makes sense for right now, man.
Exactly, brother. Hey, man, we appreciate you taking the time coming on here on ASYLM Talk Radio. Sorry
Appreciate
about some technical difficulty stuff because we can't keep the preacher on. I don't know, he keeps popping in and out like he's a ghost or something.
Hey, Jesse, can you hear me now?
Well, thank y'all so much for having me. I appreciate y'all taking your time too, and having me, you know, being considered to bring you guys on. Much appreciated that you guys believe in rock and roll too, man. That's awesome.
Man, we're old. I'm an old rock and roller. Rachel, she's a young rock and roller.
I was born to be into rock and roll, and I appreciate you bringing the soul back to it. I think that's the key. You're singing from your heart and your soul, and that's where it's at. So keep you're going to make it because you've got it right from here, your heart.
Thank you. Well, thank you, family. I appreciate that, y'all. Thank you so much. Rock and roll.
All right.
Hey, Jesse, I got a couple more questions for you real quick.
Sure, brother.
Can you hear me? So have you been signed at all to any album record deals or anything? Or
no, I'm still independent.
Still independent on that?
Yes, sir.
And I just want to let you know right now, since you're 23, I'm 55. Don't tell anybody that. You do realize what you've done right now if you keep doing what you're doing. I mean, you know, Henry Summer and really just a couple of guys from Guns N' Roses, about the only famous people came out of Indiana, I do believe, in the last 30 years or something.
John Mellencamp?
Mellencamp. You
David Lee Roth.
That was probably 40 years ago.
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Really? I didn't know that.
But that was 40 years ago too. All right, I left a couple of guys out. You know what I'm saying, man.
Yeah.
Keep on fighting and fighting the good fight, man.
Well, I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we'll be seeing you soon, brother.
Hell yeah, dude. Y'all rock on.
Yep.
All right. Hey, Jesse, man, we appreciate you joining. Sorry, Art, you can't hear Art. We'll ask him questions after a bit and put him on
I'm
there.
the youngest guy in the group.
Sure, absolutely.
Art said he's the youngest guy in the group. He's the old fuddy-duddy guy. But we love him. That's why we brought it back on. Hey, Jesse, man, we appreciate you taking the time coming in here on ASYLM Talk Radio, man. We're looking forward to listening to more of your music. Keep writing, and we'd love to have you back on the show pretty soon. And God bless you, brother. Have a good night, man.
Likewise, y'all. Appreciate it. Thank you. Rock and roll.
Right on, man. Rock on.
Jesse.
Good guy, man. Great guy.
Oh, he's got to make it.
Yeah.
He's got his soul.
But he
not anybody or everybody can get on a damn show like that.
No, yeah.
Takes a lot
I
of
mean, he stood in
determination.
line probably for who knows how long.
Yeah.
Exactly, but that's determination, man. That's something that's saying, man, this is what I want to do.
Yeah, you live it, you eat
All right,
it, you
log
breathe
out,
it.
log back in, brother. That's what I've been doing 5
Can
or
you-
6 times already.
Can you
I
guys?
was hoping you'd log out, and then I could.
I can't hear Art.
Oh, you can't hear Art. Art,
I
you
know-
log
I
out,
can
log
hear
back
Art.
in.
I can
Yeah.
hear everybody but Art.
Oh, I can hear Art. You can hear me, right, Art?
I can hear
You
you,
know
guys
what?
just fine. You know, Myron's just not. He's just not in the right.
He's not paying attention.
He's not in the right bathroom.
That's
Who's not
cool.
paying
We should have taken shots every time Myron disappeared.
What?
We should have taken shots every time you disappeared, Myron.
we've been
That's
drunk.
where we went wrong.
Yeah, we'd all been
Facebook
drunk
fan
by
right
then.
now.
We've been
Bunch of
drunk by
shots on
now.
the
That would
radio.
have happened.
Rachel and Dale and Art. Here's my drink. Give a shot. Cheers.
See, the thing about it was he was smoking there a little bit
Just let me
earlier.
know when
If
Art's not talking.
he was taking time for Gary tonight and fogging up the camera and everything.
Yeah.
Hey,
he's
everybody else says they can hear me, Paige. So
you guys are
gotta
using.
gotta be on your end.
Hey, Art, he's probably using the same Wi-Fi that the Scotty and Eric show was using tonight.
Oh yeah. Now I didn't
I
get to
heard
see
that.
I didn't get to see that, but
Can you guys hear me?
I shared it. I hear you.
I can hear you. Can
I
you?
can hear everybody but Art, man.
Everybody but Art. Yeah. Just read his lips.
I can't. They're not even moving.
Yeah, but I was watching the Scott and Eric show, which I shared onto ASYLM Talk Radio Open Stage. You guys can go check it out and watch the replay. I watched the last episode last week at 4:20 with the Preacher Man on the Scotty and Eric show. Get famous, boy! It's getting kind of rough, man. You're over there kicking laptops in, breaking laptops, throwing stuff around. Boy, the Preacher Man starting to drink a little too much on that show, man. We're gonna have to get him reinstated on Friday night and get his show back, man.
Hey, there's gonna be, I don't know how many episodes there's actually gonna be, but some point in time I come back and there'll be another episode of me, but can't tell you all what happens, but Scotty will be kidnapped at one point in time. And
Cool.
Bring him to Florida, man.
Yeah, and his feet and his arms are going to be zip tied. And that's all I'm going to tell you. The rest of it's going to be funny as hell.
You guys ought to take that tilt bed back on your wrecker and hook him up there by that hook and just let him hang on there and drive off with him.
And Preacher Man's going to have to go back and listen to everything that Art's saying at the end.
Yeah, I can't answer him back or defend myself. But Rachel,
Yeah.
Red Mexican, come on, back me up on this.
Just shake your head, yeah. Anytime you see Art talking, just go, okay.
Art to Dale. Hey, do me a favor and tell Paige I'm still waiting on that phone call from the other day.
Yeah, he's still waiting for
A
that
week
phone
ago.
call. Hey, I answered his last call. He called me the other day, so I answered at that time.
He said, I'll call you
know
back.
what?
And
At least Rachel answers the freaking phone when I call her, and I think I've only called her like once, but she answered.
So we could never find. Hey, Rachel, we could never find the Preacher Man. He was over there doing some gardening or something this morning. See, now he took off. We were doing some kind of gardening or something. I think Preacher Man was. So we talked that we're moving the show, and we've been waiting for the Preacher Man, and he never come out. So we had to take a vote. So he's going to find out live right now.
You lost the vote.
Well, what's happening? What's going on?
We have a new announcement, Preacher Man.
Yeah, man. We're
kicking me off the show.
No, man, we're not kicking you off the show. It's going to be on a different day because we got to have summertime hours, man. Because summertime's coming and the weekends are going to be here. So we're thinking of a new night and a new time, and hopefully this will fit in your schedule. So
You didn't
Happy
say.
hour.
Did you just say noon?
no, not at noon, man.
New.
Wednesday nights, ASYLM Talk Radio with Gary Lopez, Rachel Lovely, Myron Page, the Preacher Man, and Dale Garza.
Yeah, Wednesday at 6 p.m., man. Hopefully hope that can work out
with
for you, man.
Happy hour time. Yay.
Happy hour. That's when
Where's the contract?
We're coming up with it.
Here's a contract, man. Here's your fifth bump,
Do I
man.
Do I get a sign?
Shake your hand, man.
All right. Fist bump.
I'm old school, man. Right?
I'm good with it. I can make that happen, man.
Where'd Art go? There's Art.
Hey, Paige, can you hear me now?
Can you hear Art
yes,
now?
sir. I can hear you now, my little bald-headed friend.
Man, hey, I just wanted to say thanks for the return call from a week ago.
God, I'm sorry, man. I'm a busy guy.
So you act like me there, preacher man.
Yeah, don't
sound like me. Somebody calls, okay, I'll get back with them, and then I forget about 2 days, 3 days later.
Here's what happens, man. It's like everybody has they can read psychedelic, you know what I mean? It's like they know what's going on with me when they're calling me, because every time somebody calls me and I just happen to be freaking busy at that moment in time, and then I forget to call them back. Call me when I'm not in that moment of time, Art. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, like I'm supposed to know when you're not in that moment of time.
I'm working, man. I gotta follow GPS. If I don't follow GPS on my jobs, I get lost when I'm talking to people on the phone. I miss my turns and shit.
Yeah.
You do that. You do that when you're never mind.
How can you feel the love? There's so much love.
It is, the preacher man. I tell you, the preacher man, he's a godly guy, man. I mean, he follows the church and stuff, because now look, he's a carpenter too, just like Jesus. when you out doing some carpenter work today or something.
That's freaking weird, Dale, that you just said that, because I was gonna say that to you, but I don't preach the Bible. I'm the rock and roll preacher. But I was going to say, that's weird that you said that, Dale, because I was going to, I texted you earlier, remember when you asked me if I was coming on the show, and I said, hell yeah, so whatever, I was a carpenter. I didn't know how you feel about it, so I didn't say it, but you just said what I was going to tell you. Hey, it wasn't Jesus a carpenter, because somehow I'm the rock and roll preacher on building stuff right now.
That's it, man. Exactly.
Actually, I got to look pretty cool back here, man. It's like, wow. But I'm sore as hell, man. And when you text me, I was like, God damn, sorry.
Yeah. Hold on a second. What
I was beat up, wore out, my freaking hands from
slamming
on a hammer and nails all freaking day. It was like, man.
I know, man. That's not right, man. For a rock and roll preacher guy, you're supposed to hire that kind of shit out, man. It's like, I'm still doing laundry and shit, man. What's going on there?
All the Mexicans are busy right now with what they're
doing. They're
making houses and building houses. They ain't got time for me, but I couldn't do this stuff.
I'm all about that, man. If you guys need to get a roof done, hire a few Mexicans. They'll get it done in a couple days, man.
My roof can leak. I will never get up on the roof and try to fix anything. That's ridiculous. It's a lot of work doing that stuff.
Yeah,
I leave that to the professionals.
but what I've been doing now is it's just like tons of people are doing it now, man. When this virus thing's over, and let's not get on that conversation, but when this thing's over in this world, in this country, the country we're living in right now, there's going to be a lot of nice looking yards and landscape and a lot of patios built.
Yeah.
Because that's what I see when I go to Lowe's. I mean, people are building right now. I don't know. They may be building a ship to get the hell out of here. I don't know.
No, man, got another ark or something.
Yeah, building a new ark. I don't know.
PG warning.
There's a lot of wood getting sold right now, and it ain't my wood.
What are they opening up tomorrow? Are they opening up any kind of business for you guys in Indiana? Because they are here.
You know what? Art can probably explain that. I'll let Art explain the 5 phases of life we've got right now from our governor, because you got to dissect it and pay attention to see what's going on. I'll let Art take this over.
I haven't dissected it very much, but they're opening up some stuff that's you can do a little of this, a little of that. That's all I'm going to say. And then evidently towards the end of the week, they're going to start letting the restaurants open up to have a little more leeway here, but you can't still. The bars and things like that are not going to be able to go into effect for another 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And then it's just, I know. Hey,
you are.
Hey, I'll tell you what, it's it's hurting us as much as it is you, Paige, and you know that.
Yeah.
It's going all around. It's not just any one place, but it's, they're going to start doing that. And eventually they're hoping by July the 4th, they've got everything back up and running at full force. But I personally don't think it's going to happen like that. So But
Yeah, like I said,
anyway,
the five stages or 4 or 5 stages has got a lot of stuff in it. You know, some places can open up, but they can only have a percentage of people. Blah blah blah
right,
blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And of course, they've left the
50%.
bar. Yeah, and of course the bars are not in the same category as a restaurant. So the bars, the musicians, live music takes a fucking backstage pass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm still out of a
Wow.
job for a good couple months.
Hey, we're there's a lot of us out there that even the guys that the only good thing about this is all I've got to do is get up, walk down the hall, and I'm in my office. You know, so I can still make phone calls, and we've pushed a lot of stuff. We've rescheduled a lot of stuff till in the fall. So if everything comes through that's goes through in the fall, we're going to make some money then. But until then, we're all going to starve.
Yeah, I'm gonna start eating like ramen, and I might have to become an Amazon driver or something like that, or work at Publix. Like, I'm open to it. Rock and roll at Publix. Shopping is a pleasure.
You say you're gonna eat Roman noodles?
Ramen, but sure, whatever Roman noodles. Those sound good too.
Ramen. I say Roman because I'm from
Roman noodles.
Indiana.
There you go.
Hey, did anybody else get that stimulus check yet? I'm still waiting for mine.
Me too.
I got mine, but I'm gonna have to live off of it for the next 2 months.
I got mine right out of the gate, and I paid my mortgage and my gas and my electric bill, and I had a couple of $100 left. So
Nice.
that's what I got mine, and that was like what 4 weeks ago when they sent them out or whatever. I got it pretty quick, but yeah, I mean, I used it for what I needed to use it for.
See what Donna's saying? Something new at Tiffany's, my hair salon in Greenfield, has opened up. I tell you what, a lot of people are really looking forward to that happening, except for
Hey, no, I'm looking forward to it.
Art, I'll come shave your head, big guy. I'll do just like old school. I'll heat up a towel, really hot, steaming, and wrap it over your face and your bald, slick head. And then I'll put some shaving cream on it that smells like a woman's ass, if you know what I'm talking about. And then I'm going to take this triple razor, not a dual razor. I'm going to take triple razor. I'm going to lightly shave your head so slick, you'll be wearing a diaper when I'm done.
Nice.
Is that because you cut it so short that it's going to be bleeding and I'll need that on there or what?
I ain't going to make you bleed, man.
make them bleed.
You're killing me the way it is.
Yeah, don't you feel just like back at home, don't you there, Art?
I could really not stand this every week right now.
No kidding, man.
Good times.
So okay, anyway, so here's what the deal is, guys. Here's the dealio. So we talked about it, in the summertime hours. So we're changing up. We're going on Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Number one, Gary can't get enough sleep. He's getting old and fetal. He's like Jed Clampett, and has to be in bed by like 7 o'clock. So now we're gonna go to Wednesday night because Rachel thinks Wednesday is a good night. And I think it is too because it's like in the middle of the week.
It's hump day. It's happy hour. Everybody's missing their happy hour. Let's rock this. Let's have a good time. Bring your drinks.
We got an excuse now. We're saying it's happy hour.
I can still fill in once in a while if you know.
There you go, man. So Art's still going to be jumping in with us on a Wednesday night and check us out. So we're looking forward to it. Hopefully things going to start getting a little back to some kind of normalcy, and we're still looking for bands, guys. Thank you for getting Jesse, man. That was cool. It's been so long since we had a guest, because it's just all this stuff that's going on, man. It's kind of
let's keep Art coming on as special guest. Well, not special, but a guest.
What's so special
guest
about
whenever he wants.
What are you doing to me?
When Dale can't make it, and if Gary's got, I get it. If Gary's went back to work, he's got his hours are messed up and stuff, and I get it. That's cool with it. If he wants, Gary wants to pop in on a show, more power to him, and do that. And Art, and then like we just had Jesse on. Maybe we should let our band or solo artist people that we interview on a show, let them know, hey, we want you to hang out the rest of the show and just be one of us and hang out and shoot the shit.
Cool, yeah.
That's where the best
shit. Bring it up.
Yeah, that's when we get our best materials. Usually, right towards the end of the show.
Rachel's got it down. She says every time I say a cuss word, we do a shot. Where's your guys' drinks at?
Parental advisory.
There's mine. I'm drinking a little Coke.
Hey, Rachel, you haven't talked a lot tonight. Usually, you do a lot of talking, and you're like my sister.
Yeah, let's let her talk for.
No. It was. I think it went great. Plus, you brought on Jesse on the show, so kind of let you do your thing with him. And I'm a talker, but I also am the kind that I'll say what I need to say and leave it at that. I don't got to keep going. So I just had. Plus, not to mention, last week all I did was talk. Maybe I'm taking a little bit of a break, considering I had to do the show by myself.
I was gonna. Did you feel all alone last week?
You did good.
Everybody showed up, and I had the vampire, which someone asked where he is. He's in his coffin tonight. He's taking the night off. But
I tell you what, Rachel, he man, he's got that voice and that charisma.
Radio voice. He sounds like Dale.
He helps you because he's cool to listen to and talk to.
Yeah. No, I agree. That's why I was like, you're going on the show with me. Then I talked to my band guys, and I'm like, you call in. We're doing this. We'll make this happen. I threw it together in an hour and found out in 1 minute I can't do it on my iPad. I'm like, all right, we're going live, boys. We're going live.
Yeah, but see, he's got the radio. He's got the radio voice, and he's got the face too. I just got the radio face.
We've all got faces for radio.
He's got freaking fangs, Dale.
Oh, shit, let's see. That's what you got. Something over there hiding in their neck there, because he's been over there.
That's what.
Does he drink? Does he drink blood?
He drinks red wine, which
red wine. Okay.
You guys like my new hat I got yesterday?
Dude, I'll tell you what. That definitely turned you into a party animal right there.
Yeah, rainbow.
Peace and love. Yeah, peace and love. I seen it at a gas station yesterday.
That's like your new hippie hat, Myron.
What's that?
That's your new hippie hat, Myron. Just throw that on for a good time.
Got some cool sunglasses that actually match this thing, but I don't know. It's not me. I don't think it's me.
No, it's not you. It's fun time you.
Is it me, Art? Art,
yeah, but if that's the case, we're gonna have to put up the parental advisory thing.
Yeah, that's you, man. But I would go for a different color.
That's the only color they had, brother.
It's
peace and love. That's the only
what I don't understand is why didn't you get everybody one?
Yeah, that's not fair.
$15 a piece in the
How
much were they?
Gas station down the street, for God's sake.
What highway robbery.
How much was it?
I don't know, like
$15 at the gas station.
Probably $15 at a gas station.
Oh, you know why? You know why he doesn't? You know why he doesn't know how much it costs, don't you?
What's that?
He made Laura buy it.
That's what. Hey, Laura, go to the store for me.
Hey,
I need some cigarettes. I need a
I've been around him enough. I know how he operates.
Hey, Laura split the bill on this deck building project today, man. That was cool. Thank you, Laura, for splitting the bill on it. She didn't have to, but
what you guys do? Go Dutch?
Yeah, Laura worked her ass off today. The last 3 weekends on doing this freaking deck thing we're doing back here, man. It's crazy.
She gets the part of the deck that's closest to the house and goes in the door.
And he gets the part
that's closest to the backyard.
Parental advisory alert.
So when it starts raining, he can't get into the house without his passport.
Weird.
It's pretty bad that me and Rachel have to get drunk together, and she's like 1,100 miles away from me.
Hey, Paige, I do want to say something. I think this is pretty rough. What you did the other day.
What I do?
I've never seen your lead guitarist do anything but play guitar. And you canceled practice and didn't tell him till it got there, and guilted him into helping you build part of that deck and stuff.
That's pretty smart.
Hey, Dale. Hey, you guys want to know what happened is a guitar player is literally his hands is his powers, right? For his superpowers. And I got a chainsaw. We were cutting up a lot of stuff out here yesterday, and he comes, "Hey man, what's up? I thought we were having rehearsal." I said, "Man, I got busy. I forgot to call you back." "Well, I'm here to jam." I said, "Well, we don't have a bass player. We don't have a drummer. So, I mean, me and you could jam together, but I got work to do right now. You know, I'm cutting shit down into my backyard, and I'm rah, 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 with the chainsaw, just like Jackal. Wah, 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 wah.
We're gonna learn a new
You know what I'm talking
song.
about? That's what I'm doing when Roland rolls up and walks in my backyard. Well, Laura sees that I got help now. So what she do? She cuts out and takes a break. Don't see her anymore.
Nice.
So, anyway, I don't know what happened, and it could have been really freaking ugly. You know, I broke my foot back in November and 2 bones in my leg and shit. But 2 weeks after surgery, I was on stage in a wheelchair like Axl Rose and shit. I didn't care, man. You know, I was in pain, but I'm going to do those shows. But anyway. So
man, God bless you, Indiana boys. You just keep going. That's what I love about Indiana rockers.
Yeah, I'm doing Jackal shit in my backyard yesterday, and I don't know what happened. All I did was ask him to hold some goddamn limbs for me and some tree stuff. You know, I was chopping up and cutting up, and I don't know what happened, but the electric chainsaw that I bought, electric chainsaws work very awesome, man. They're better than gas. They're
Cut right through them cords, don't they?
I'm cutting huge trees down with an electric chainsaw right now. So I don't know what happened. Maybe it was me. I hadn't been drinking yet. And I about cut his freaking hand off. It went through his glove and drawled a little blood with the chainsaw.
Oh, wow.
Look what you just did to me. You could have ruined my career.
Oh, wow.
Rehearsal was canceled, dude.
Oh, my God.
True story.
Thank God. Massacre.
True story. Thank God the chain on the chainsaw was extremely dull, and it just, you know, luckily he had gloves on, but yeah, it could have been.
It doesn't matter how dull
Roland
your chains are.
For screwing up Soul Rocker's guitar. You know.
Did you tell him that you were looking for a guitar player when you found him?
It's like, dude, you should have never pissed me off.
I don't know how they do it with the one hand or one arm guitar player. They can do it with the drummer, I guess. But
well, I guess they can do like a steel guitar with their arm.
I guess
you could make him a giant slide.
Yeah, it depends on which hand.
Rachel, what have you been doing all week?
Well, let's see. I'm going to Walmart to buy food and wine because I'm like an events manager for parties and rock and roll. What have I got? I mean, I could be creative, but I'm just not feeling it. It's like they took my soul from me. So yeah, I've just been, I guess, drinking a lot of wine and going to Walmart. my least favorite place in the entire world, but it's the only place open around me that's accessible.
So do people look at you weird? Like if there's out of 15 or 20 people in Walmart, let's say, out of 15 or 20 people, at least 2 or 3 people, while you go through the aisles and stuff, are going to give you some freaking funny ass look. Ain't they?
Oh, absolutely. There's those ones they just look at me like, "What is she doing here?" Or you know, and of course I wash my hands like a crazy person. I don't go near anybody, but I don't wear a mask, and they're looking at me, "Oh my God, you're the devil." So I get sometimes they'll jump back from you. It's like, "Where's your mask?" You know, and just they look at, especially when I go with the Angel of Darkness. It's like we're buying all this stuff, and we're not even have a cart. We're just carrying it and standing in line. We don't give a fuck.
He don't even.
Warning.
So anyway, the vampire with you in Walmart, he don't even, what's cool about him is he don't even have to say one syllable out of his mouth. All he's got to do is look at somebody and go.
Yeah. Trust me, he gets some looks, and he'll look right in their eyes, like, what do you me? I avoid eye contact unless absolutely necessary, but he'll look right in their eyes and burn their soul, and they're like,
he'd fit in there in Indiana, man, because we go over there and introduce him to Sammy Terry.
Yeah, really. Okay, so check this out. You talk about Walmart stories. I go to Walmart the other morning. On Tuesday mornings up here, anybody over 60 can go in it from 6 to 7 in the morning. So I'm going in
discount.
And really, I wish. So I walk in the door, and this guy goes, "I'm sorry, sir, but this is just for 60 and over." And I looked at him and I go, "Card me. It's been years."
That's a good one, man.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. Well, then a buddy of mine that's in there that's a produce manager goes, "Nah, man, leave him alone. He's okay."
Got another ball mall.
Yeah. So anyway, we go in there and he looks at me and he goes, "So how's the promotion business going?" I said, "How's the DJ business going?" And he goes, "Probably about like your promotion business is going." I said, "Well, pretty much so."
Yeah, that's where everybody's at.
Exactly.
Nobody's making any kind of money, you know. You gotta have actually another job just to keep yourself going, you know. Rachel does all this stuff like online and don't you put on like parties and stuff?
Yeah, but I can't, like, it doesn't work so well online. I mean, they have all these virtual things. That's not my forte. You know, it's like I'm kind of stuck, and I don't have a passion to do anything else besides parties, rock and roll, and events. You know, I guess I could get creative, but I'm just not feeling it. You know, that was my life, is being out there and putting on these events, bringing people together, having fun, and, you know, living the life. And now I'm like locked down, and like, all right.
Hey, Rachel, are you punishing somebody back there?
Yeah, that's my oldest daughter.
What you do?
Did
you hang her on the wall back there? What?
I was going to ask earlier, and I forgot. I'm glad Dale brought it up.
I didn't know if that was a vampire in training or what.
I saw her back there, and I thought, man, if they got her just hung on the wall back there.
No. She's cool. She's like Wednesday Addams. Like she's
never come up and say hi. Talk to us.
Yeah, tell her to come up here.
She's waving.
She's waving.
She's really into corn music, so she's definitely my daughter.
Oh, there you go. Well, at least she likes some rock and roll.
Oh yeah. All my babies bred pure rock and roll. They don't listen to anything else, thank God.
Raise them right so they don't stray away.
Oh, really?
Rachel, it's your job now. If it takes you the rest of this year or whatever, or a week or two from now, you got to get at least one of the members or the manager or something of Korn to be on our show.
I'll get right on that. I'm gonna call up Jonathan.
Get on it. All right, guys. Well, hey, let's get out of here. It's already it's quarter after 8.
Warning.
Where you going? I didn't know we had a time limit.
Yeah, I gotta work.
Dale's he's got to go get it medicated.
All right,
Will Robinson.
Hey guys, let's thank Jesse Kramer for coming on the show, man.
Oh yeah, he rocked.
Yeah, a lot of great things happening with this guy, you know, and I got a lot of respect for him, man. He's going out there doing what he wants to do and believing in what he wants to believe in, and he's going for it, man. I wish I had that when we were younger. A lot of, like Myron said, you know, a lot of people just don't go for it, you know, and sometimes you got to go for it, you know, like Myron was saying when he was starting to rock and roll young, and all of a sudden he had kids, and then they're, you know, and then your life changes, you know, from a rock and roll star to now you're a family guy. So,
I'm 35 years behind is what I am.
Yeah. So, and you know, he's what, 23?
Yeah.
And he's out there going to do it, man. So, you know, I wish I had that dedication when I was that young, you know, to do something like that. So,
and if you listen to his interview that, you know, on that show, The Four, when they were interviewing him, you know, he was strong in his voice and very determined.
Yeah. He's focused on what he's doing.
Yeah. And told those people that are making, you know, those just the judges alone on that show, I mean, they're millionaires.
Yeah.
You know, and he stood very strongly with those people, man, and said what he had to say. Very, you know, I love that, Jesse.
He was very professional. Like, he held his own. He wasn't starstruck. He's like, I got this. It was really cool.
All right. Well, hey, let's get out of here, guys. Look like everybody's already went to sleep. So,
well, what are we down to? 4 people?
No, we're down to 0, man. So,
you know, here's the thing, man. I seen Chris Jericho on Zoom yesterday.
Yeah,
live on Facebook with 800 and some people, you know, logged in and crap, man. I mean, our show's rocking. I think we had a good show tonight, man. And
that's Jericho, man.
And even with the local bands that we interview and playing their videos, man, I mean, there's a lot of people out here rocking, man, and kicking ass, man, and we need more views out here.
Yeah, we just gotta keep doing what we're doing, man. We're just gonna keep on keeping on, and if we got one person watching or we get 100, you know, we're going to keep on doing it until, you know, that's what we're here for. We always been here for supporting local music, and that's what we're going to continue to do, man. And like I say, if we got one person, we get 100 people watching, we'll keep on doing it until somebody says, man, just don't even come back on no more. You know, so, you know, it's like, just like Jesse Kramer, man. We believe what we're doing, and we're going to just keep going and going for it, man.
I'm going to do like Rachel's been doing, just going live on the ASYLM Talk Radio.
That's what you need to do.
Page, you know, whatever. If I'm at work tomorrow and I feel like it, I'm just going to do it. And let's just bring it up another level to where people are going, wow, what's the ASYLM Talk Radio going live again at 2 p.m. on a Monday?
Exactly. That's
catch them off guard, you know. Hey, why not?
Of course, Rachel will be asleep at 2 p.m. But
well, that's
I just got out of the shower in my defense.
All right, guys. Well, let's get out here. The next show we're going to be, we're going to be coming back here on Wednesday night. So our first show will be May the 13th. So that's going to give us a week to get things together and figure out what we're going to do and start promoting this ourselves and get these people on here and watching us and have a good time and keep supporting local music.
Rock on.
Rock on, man.
Thanks, Art, man. I love you, brother.
All right, Art. Thanks for joining, man.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here, man. Peace.
See you guys.